Welcome to my YouTube channel. Please like and subscribe. Most people spend their lives waiting for signs, waiting for someone to approve, waiting for the right time to start. But life doesn't wait. It moves for those who dare to move first. The moment you stop asking the world for permission, everything begins to shift. The Stoics said, "Fortune favors the brave." When you decide with full conviction, your energy changes. You stop begging for chances and start creating them. Fear still whispers, but you no longer obey it. You realize that strength doesn't mean the absence of doubt. It means acting despite it. The world bends to those who have already decided, because their presence says what words cannot. I'm not waiting anymore. The real war isn't outside, not with failure, rejection, or loss. It's inside, between your potential and your hesitation. Every time you listen to fear, your world shrinks. Every time you move through it, your power expands. The Stoics believed the obstacle is the way. Every struggle is a hidden teacher disguised as pain. You can run from storms, or you can learn to stand in the rain. Peace isn't found when the noise ends. It's found when it no longer controls you. That's when transformation truly begins. Doubt pretends to protect you, but it only delays you. It speaks softly, dressed as logic. Maybe later, maybe when it's safe, but later becomes never. The Stoics warned that delay is the thief of life. You don't silence doubt by arguing with it. You silence it by acting. The moment you move, the illusion breaks. Confidence doesn't come before action. It's born after you begin. Move once and the fear weakens. Move again, and its disappearance. Real strength is quiet. It's not loud or boastful. It's the calm that remains when everything around you falls apart. People often mistake silence for weakness, but silence is control, the mastery of emotion. A wise heart doesn't react. It responds. The person who has made peace within cannot be shaken by noise outside. When you learn to move in silence, your presence begins to speak louder than your words. Every human has a defining moment. The instant when they decide who they are going to be. It's not announced with trumpets or applause. It happens in solitude, in silence, in pain. When you whisper to yourself, "Enough waiting, I'm becoming who I was meant to be." From that moment, your life takes a new shape. The Stoics said, character is destiny. Once your character is built on strength, destiny can't deny you. Fear isn't your enemy. It's your compass. It points toward the very thing you're meant to face. Most people spend years avoiding it, not realizing that avoidance keeps them trapped. Seneca wrote, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality. The things you fear most are rarely as painful as the years wasted running from them. Step forward, even trembling. That's how courage is born." Once a person decides deeply, the world changes around them. It's not magic, it's alignment. Their energy becomes focused, their choices deliberate. They no longer chase and they attract. The Stoics taught, you have power over your mind, not outside events. When you master your mind, you master your life. Chaos may surround you, but peace stays within. You can't control the world, but you can control how you meet it. The greatest victory is over yourself, your habits, fears, and reactions. Discipline isn't punishment, it's freedom. Each time you say no to weakness, you say yes to power. The Stoics lived by self-command, not emotion. To rule your mind is to rule your fate. Endurance isn't about surviving. It's about standing tall while you suffer. Life will test you with loss, rejection, and failure, not to destroy you, but to reveal you. Each scar is proof that you refuse to quit. Every fall refines your strength. The Stoics called this amor fati, to love your fate, even its pain, because it shapes you into someone unstoppable. When the world says you're not enough, let it ignite you. Use doubt as fuel, not proof. You are not what happens to you. You are what you choose to become. Strength is not born in comfort. It's forged in resistance. When you stop hiding from the fire and walk through it, you realize it was never meant to burn you, only to reveal the steel inside you. Greatness is never free. It demands solitude, patience, and pain. You will lose friends who don't understand your silence, opportunities that don't match your purpose, and comfort that once felt safe. But in losing these, you'll gain something far greater: clarity. The Stoics believed that every sacrifice is an exchange. You give up what's temporary to gain what's eternal. When the nights feel long and lonely, remind yourself, the climb is supposed to be quiet. The world only sees the result, but the gods witness the struggle. Keep walking even when no one claps, because the path itself is making you worthy. There will be moments when no one sees your vision, when even those closest to you doubt your fire. Let them. You were not born to be understood. You were born to become. The Stoics said, be tolerant with others but strict with yourself. When you walk alone, your steps echo louder in eternity. The world might laugh now, but it will listen later. Never forget, belief doesn't begin outside. It begins in silence, with one person daring to keep walking in faith. Peace is not found in escape. It's found in mastery. You can't find peace by running away from chaos. You find it by becoming the calm inside it. The Stoics practice this daily. When anger comes, breathe. When fear rises, stand still. When chaos surrounds you, observe instead of reacting. The one who controls their inner world no longer fears the outer one. That's true freedom, to remain unshaken when everything else trembles. Pain is the mirror that shows you who you truly are. It strips away illusions, excuses, and comfort. The Stoics never prayed for an easy life. They prayed for strength to endure a hard one. Because through pain you meet your true reflection, not the one in the mirror, but the one in your soul. Pain doesn't break strong people. It forges them. And when you rise after pain, you rise different, wiser, calmer, and unshakably alive. Letting go is not weakness. It's wisdom. You don't lose by releasing. You lose by clinging to what's already gone. The Stoics said, we are disturbed not by things, but by the view we take of them. When you stop fighting to control what's out of your hands, peace returns. Not everything is meant to stay. Some things come only to teach. Let them leave and make space for what's truly yours. Stillness is strength. In a noisy world, silence is rebellion. The Stoics practiced moments of quiet every day, to listen, to reflect, to remember what truly matters. When you slow down, you see clearly. When you see clearly, you act wisely. Great power doesn't always roar. Sometimes it whispers. The calm mind becomes the sharpest weapon in a chaotic world. Life will test you not to destroy you, but to prove your depth. When everything falls apart, the Stoic does not collapse, he adjusts. He reminds himself that storms are not signs of failure. They are signs of movement. Faith isn't believing when things are easy. It's holding your ground when everything screams, give up. Stand your ground, even when it hurts, because pain is temporary. But honor lasts forever. After you've walked through enough flames, you stop fearing the fire. What once broke you now builds you. The Stoics knew that the soul grows by friction. You cannot become unshakable if nothing ever shakes you. Every challenge is a forge, and you, the blade. You may bend, you may burn, but you never break. Because you've learned, strength isn't about avoiding heat. It's about becoming fireproof. Freedom isn't having everything you want. It's wanting nothing that can't be taken away. The Stoics lived rich even when poor, because their peace wasn't for sale. True power is walking through the world untouched by praise or blame. When you no longer depend on approval, you become unstoppable. You stop chasing happiness and start creating meaning. That's the victory no one can steal. One day you'll look back and realize it was never about the trophies, the applause, or even the success. It was about the person you became in the process. Every scar told a story. Every fall shaped your strength. You'll smile, not because the journey was easy, but because you endured. The Stoics called it eudaimonia, the happiness of a soul that lived with purpose. And in that moment you'll understand, you were never waiting for destiny. Destiny was waiting for you to decide. Greatness is born in silence, in moments where no one is watching and your heart burns quietly while the world sleeps. The Stoic said, You have power over your mind, or it's not outside events. That fire inside you, the one that whispers you're capable of more, feed it, nurture it, protect it. Every action you take while the world doubts you fuels that fire, and one day it will blaze so bright that nothing can extinguish it. Every choice defines you, yet few understand the weight they carry. Discipline isn't punishment, it's freedom. The Stoics believed that by controlling small actions, you master big outcomes. Choose wisely. Choose courage over comfort, purpose over procrastination, action over hesitation. Your destiny doesn't wait for luck. It waits for the decisions you refuse to postpone. Everyone fights a battle you cannot see. Your neighbor, your colleague, even your friend may appear invincible, but they wrestle with doubt, fear, and insecurity, just like you. Stoicism teaches that the fight within is the most important one. Win there and the outside world bows in respect. Strength isn't shown in the spotlight. It is forged in quiet, unseen wars where no one claps but the soul grows. Integrity is heavy. Not everyone can carry it. The Stoics valued character above fame, virtue above applause. To live with integrity means to honor your principles, even when convenient lies tempt you. Your actions become a reflection of your inner truth. And one day, when chaos surrounds you and the world tests you, integrity will be the anchor that keeps you steady while everything else crumbles. Patience is not passive. It is strength held in stillness. The world pushes for speed, yet the Stoics understood that timing is born from preparation. When you move too early, effort is wasted. When you wait too long, opportunity slips. Patience teaches mastery, waiting with readiness, acting with certainty. Those who conquer life understand this rhythm. They trust the process while their actions remain precise and unshakable. Fear is the edge of your potential. The Stoics said that courage is not the absence of fear, but the ability to act despite it. Every step you take into the unknown stretches your limits. Do not run from fear, step into it. Walk through it. Let it sharpen you, refine you, transform you. Fear is a compass pointing toward the life you are meant to live. Genius is rare, consistency is rare, but relentless consistency is unstoppable. The Stoics taught that greatness is built brick by brick, habit by habit. Show up every day, do the work no one notices, let your small victories accumulate, and when the world finally sees your results, it will appear effortless. But you will know the truth. Victory is the sum of tiny, invisible choices repeated without fail. Reflection is the gym of the mind. The Stoics meditated daily, examining their actions and thoughts. To reflect is not to doubt, but to understand, correct, and grow. Look at your past is not to dwell, but to learn. Observe your choices, not to regret, but to refine. When the mind becomes a disciplined witness, every action is sharper, every decision clearer, and every moment richer. There is power in silence. Speak less, observe more, act with intention. The Stoics understood that words are cheap. Action is priceless. Let your life speak louder than your opinions. When you are silent, others reveal themselves. When you are still, clarity emerges. And in the quiet, the world begins to notice the force that moves without announcing itself. Unstoppable, unwavering, unshakable. True victory is internal. The Stoics declared that external accolades are fleeting. Internal mastery is eternal. When your mind refuses to bend to doubt, fear, or hesitation, you achieve freedom. Nothing outside can touch you. You move through life as if nothing can shake you, not because you're invincible, but because your mind has already decided. And that decision, firm, silent, unwavering, becomes the foundation upon which your destiny is built. No one sees the hours you've spent alone, the sweat, the doubt, the struggle. Yet the Stoics remind us that greatness is not about recognition. It's about the unseen effort that builds the soul. Every decision to continue when quitting seemed easier is a brick in the foundation of your destiny. Keep moving even when invisible. Your persistence is your power. The world challenges you constantly, but your mind is your fortress. Stoicism teaches that your thoughts shape reality. When fear, doubt, and uncertainty rise, stand firm. Decide your response. Control your perception. The one who masters the mind controls the outcome. Every action taken with clarity and calmness compounds into unstoppable momentum. Strength isn't measured in muscle, wealth, or applause. True strength is invisible. It's resilience, patience, and courage in silence. Those who embody this walk through chaos with calm, act decisively under pressure, and inspire without saying a word. You may feel unnoticed now, but your silent power will shift the world around you. Everything begins with a decision. Not a wish, not a hope, not a plan, and a decision. The Stoics believed that choosing once with clarity and purpose eliminates hesitation forever. Decide today to stop waiting for permission, to stop chasing approval, and to act with certainty. That single decision sets the trajectory for your life. Action transforms thought into reality. You may fear failure, rejection, or ridicule, but the Stoics teach that action weakens fear. Step forward, even when uncertain. Move decisively, even when invisible. Every step taken with courage erodes doubt, sharpens skill, and builds the momentum that leads to triumph. Progress is not accidental. It is disciplined. The Stoics practice daily reflection, daily action, and daily improvement. Focus on the small wins, the repeated habits, the tiny steps that seem insignificant. Over time, these compound into mastery. Do not underestimate the power of consistent, disciplined action in shaping your destiny. Persistence is courage in motion. The world will test you relentlessly, but Stoicism teaches that the true measure of a person is their ability to persist in adversity. Stand firm when others quit. Act when others hesitate. Persist silently, patiently, with unshakable belief in your purpose. That courage will define your legacy. All your preparation, patience, and persistence lead to this moment. You realize that victory was never outside. It was within. The Stoics understood that inner mastery creates outer results. You have already built the foundation. You have already endured the tests. Now all that remains is to step fully into the life you imagined. Take the final step with confidence. The fear, the doubt, and the uncertainty cannot touch you anymore because you've mastered your mind, committed to action, and embodied the principles of inner strength. The path ahead may still challenge you, but every obstacle is now fuel for growth, every setback a lesson, every action a triumph. You are unstoppable. This is where the journey of action, courage, and mastery reaches its conclusion, but not the journey of your life. You have learned that true power lies within, that success is not given but claimed, and that every choice builds your destiny. If this story inspired you, hit the like button, subscribe for more motivational content, and turn these lessons into action. Your path is waiting, and the world is ready for the person you've become.